Okay, let's clap and go. Okay, are we ready?
Wait, well, we were supposed to clap though.
Well, I'm trying.
Okay. And welcome back to the Oklahoma Today podcast. I'm your host, Ben Lucian, and I'm excited because today our guest is Kendon Lacy, Executive Director of OKC Improv, a hub for community events and improv classes in Oklahoma City's Plaza district. And in honor of that, I am going to improvise the rest of this show. Yes, that's right. We're going to go off script. So, actually, I think we'll stick to the script. I think that's a better idea, probably. Kendon has some fun things lined up for us, and we'll hear from him later. But first, a friendly reminder to please hit subscribe if you've not already done so. We have a 200 subscriber goal by the first day of July, and with your help, I know we can get there. Now, let's go ahead and bring on the rest of our team here. Sans Carly, who is actually on a tropical cruise right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good for her.
Why
Well
did Carly,
deserved.
why did Carly not bring us? That's what I want to know.
Well, because she's stingy.
She offered for me to go as well.
Oh, really?
So
Now
she
this
did-
is new information.
She said that I could come in her luggage.
But you would rather be here on the podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
I figured it would be a little bit safer than going into international waters with
So-
Carly.
You know, you never know with Carly. Well, Carly's going to be sad because she's missing out on a Tuesday trivia question this week. Now, some of our questions are a little easier than others. This one was kind of a stumper. I was proud of myself for this one. So the weather's getting warmer, so I'm thinking about lake life, of course.
Hashtag lake life.
Yes, Oklahoma has a lot of lakes, but most of them man-made lakes. So my question of the week this time, my Tuesday trivia question, was what was the first man-made lake in Oklahoma? Do we know this question? Do we know this answer?
I can make guesses.
I do now, thanks to my email.
Do you have what would be your guess?
Murray.
That is a good guess.
Many people guessed that.
Yes, that is that's probably the most high profile, like early man-made lake, but it is not actually the correct answer. Our correct answer is Talawanda Lake Number 1, which was built in 1902. This is just a few miles north of McAllister. So Talawanda Lake Number 1.
I thought it was actually cool how many people did know this, because there were a lot of correct answers that came.
There were several, and in fact, one of them was Beth Carey of Eufaula. So Beth Carey is our winner this time.
What does Beth win?
A Oklahoma Today prize. Yes.
Of some kind.
Of some kind,
To decide.
which we'll determine
Yeah,
and
all right.
send to you soon. Now for something completely different, which is our question of the week. It has nothing to do with lakes, although, if you can find a dessert at a lake, I think you're living pretty well.
You could take your dessert to the lake.
Exactly, yes. So our question of the week this time, which was a popular one online. What is your favorite dessert destination in Oklahoma? And there's a lot of answers.
A lot of answers.
So Editor-in-Chief Nathan Gunner, where are you taking us for dessert?
Okay, look, it's impossible to choose just one, so I'm not going to. In Oklahoma City, Pie Junkie, hands down,
Yes,
right?
of course.
Went there the other night, had the best time. By the way, also got, in addition to slices of pie, you remember, like chicken poppy seed casserole with the Ritz on top? We got one of those and had it for dinner.
Ooh.
Oh, I have
Holy,
never
so
done that
good.
before.
Yeah, so it's not just for dessert, Pie Junkie.
That's living well.
In in Tulsa, I wrote one down and that I can't remember now. Big Dipper Creamery at Mother Road Market.
Yes.
Best ice cream ever.
That's a must.
It
Yeah,
is
that's
the
the one in
best.
Tulsa, and statewide, Brahms.
Yes. Brahms. of
Brahms.
course.
Brahms ice cream and dairy stores.
Say no more.
Give me a Black
Say
Forest
less,
sundae
as
and
they
I am
say.
happy. Yeah. Delicious.
Kirsten Stone, research editor. What about you?
I also agree with Brahms and Boomtown Creamery. Their ice cream's
So
very good.
Yeah.
But honestly, I had to talk to Chris about this because I am not a big dessert person. Like, I'll eat it if it's available, but I don't casually just seek out dessert most of the time. But I thought about it, and probably Arbuckle fried pies.
That's a good
Probably
answer.
a fried pie, because I always get one when I pass through, whether or not it's savory or sweet.
That's a really good
Oh,
answer.
they have.
I feel like a
great
truffle
pie.
pig for sugar. I'm the opposite. Like I'm always looking for it.
Yeah. You know, I have a sweet tooth, and I need to satisfy that sweet tooth, or else bad things will happen.
I don't know what Megan thinks, because Megan is my source of all things. food.
Yes,
Like,
photo editor
I
Megan
believe
Rossman,
you
we
above all
are
humans when it comes to
we're on
these
pins
things.
and needles.
I was thinking about this, and Green Goodies by Tiffany is this store that is in Class and Curve in Oklahoma City, and they make a Hostess cupcake, and it is a Hostess cupcake, but really good. It's like, I'm not really a cupcake.
Not one of those crummy gas
No,
station.
well, Hostess, you eat them sometimes and you're like, this tastes kind of like sugar and wax, but I'm eating it
So good.
and it's satisfying something inside of me. But those cupcakes, they actually taste like chocolate and cream. They're made with good ingredients.
Right.
And you can get them vegan variety or like
Oh.
gluten-free. So just like whatever your dietary restrictions are, you can still have this cupcake. So I highly recommend that cupcake. It's just kind of an anomaly. Like I'm not a big cupcake person, like I just said, but this one is amazing. Like I licked the paper that it came
Wow.
on the last
Okay.
time I got
Try
it.
one.
Okay.
So-
That sounds so good.
That's
Yeah.
a very high endorsement.
Let's go there after this.
It was good.
Okay. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, I do like Hostess cupcakes, but like cupcakes probably shouldn't be self-stable for that long. So a nice true baked good is always a good option. I have a few that I'm gonna shout out. El Coyote has a delicious like hot chocolate cake that is so good.
Yeah.
I love that. The last time I went. All my suggestions are actually cake. Mootie's in Lawton, they have
So
a
good.
great Black Forest cake and also like a chocolate like hazelnut type cake. Just look at their like dessert counter whenever you walk in. They've got all sorts of delicious stuff in there. And then finally, I want to shout out Leo's Barbecue in Oklahoma City. They have the strawberry banana cake that you get with every order.
Yeah, that thing's kind of famous.
And they just give it to you.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
I have to float a vote from an out-of-stater since we're tourism. I have a really good friend who ran the nonprofit that ran the French Quarter for a long time. Her unofficial job title was the mayor of the French Quarter in New Orleans. So someone who knows, right? Knows good food, knows good tourism. Went to Cattleman's, and she said, quote, "This is the best piece of coconut cream pie I've ever had in my entire life."
They have great pie.
They have really
They
good
do.
coconut cream
They
pie.
do.
Yeah, so I have to give that out-of-state laurel to Cattleman's. But I want to know what our friends over here think.
Yes. First of all, Bridget.
Wait.
Okay.
Fontana's has an amazing cannoli. If you love cannoli. Fontana's is in Moore. It's pretty delicious.
Cannoli. I don't
Cannoli.
get any cannoli suggestions, so
Yes.
I appreciate that.
They're-
has good cannolis too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Brahms, of course.
Naturally.
And Jesse and I actually stumbled on a new ice cream place called Rose Rock Micro Creamery in downtown Tulsa. And they had a really yummy Nutella that Scarlett fell in love with. And I tried a lavender honey that was really good. Unexpectedly delicious.
Gonna try that next time I'm in Tulsa. What about you, Chris? I know Chris is gonna have like the answer that we were all like, oh, of course.
Well, first off, much like Kirsten, I'm not really a dessert guy. I just don't do the dessert.
Respect.
But and someone online picked one, Cafe Alley in Ardmore.
Yeah.
That carrot cake will set you free. I'm telling you. And I live with a self-described carrot cake expert, and she just said it was the best.
Wait, JR is a carrot cake expert?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she and I need to go for carrot cake.
Yeah.
We need to bond
Oh, yeah.
over this. It's
Yeah.
like my favorite dessert.
Yeah, super down for that.
And it counts as a vegetable.
And then I brought props.
Oh, okay. There's your
us? Hang on, I can't.
Cupcakes. It's I think it's 81st and Memorial in
Okay, I've never
Tulsa.
seen that.
And again, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cupcakes and cakes gluten-free, vegan, keto. We go for the gluten-free stuff. And I mean, you can't even tell. The chocolate gluten-free cupcake, which used to be in that box, so good. So, and,
That's awesome.
and then, just like everyone else, I'll swing through Brahms and get
Of course.
chocolate peanut butter banana malt and call it good. So
That sounds really good.
yeah, so let's do that after.
To me, there's nothing more indulgent than a Brahms like sundae.
Oh,
like,
man.
it's like
That
I
Black
always
Forest
feel
sundae-
like I don't deserve it, even though I know I do. But.
No, completely. Like you're like, am I a king in some
Yes.
kind of medieval land?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
They have the best soft serve too.
they really do. It's all so good there, and their limeades. Oh, now I want Brahms.
Yeah, I love their limeade.
Well, we had a lot of answers online. It's one of those questions where I cannot possibly read all the online answers, so go check out our social media.
People like dessert.
Yeah, they do, it turns out.
Okay.
Tabitha Foltz says sweet sips and sticks in Norman. So this is like one of these decadent shake places, and they also do like cake pops and various
Oh wow.
desserts on a stick.
Those places
thing.
are fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Ashley Harris again says Cafe Alley in Ardmore, and another shout out to the carrot cake, legendary. Paula Petty says the Cedarwood Market in Perkins. They've got all kinds of house-made pies there.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh, road trip.
Yes, and I like it when you find the places with the house-made pies. Because sometimes
God's
there are
work.
restaurants out there that will bring them in, but usually the house-made ones are top-notch. Dan Wade says Common Tart in Tulsa. Another great pie destination.
Okay.
And in addition to tarts. We don't talk about tarts enough.
kind of pie, sort of.
Yes. Basically a pie, I guess.
Thin pie.
Evan Jarvix said Arbuckle Mountain Fried Pies. Of
Jarvix?
course. Yes.
That's a good answer.
Mm-hmm. Do we have a favorite flavor for Arbuckle Mountain? Anyone?
Cherry.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's basic, but cherry, right?
I feel like I get apple.
Blackberry for me.
Or
I
blackberry.
feel like I get
I also
apple or
like-
peach.
I think I got peach.
They have the
last
savory
time.
ones too.
Yeah.
Like,
Those are good.
it's
No, I
really
like the
hard to
savory ones.
choose.
They also-
you need to get like half a dozen.
They used to have a chocolate peanut butter fried pie that tasted like melted Reese's inside of it.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that sounds
And
dangerous.
what do you mean used to have? You're going to tell
I
me?
haven't
No,
seen
I
it
can't
in a
have it.
while. They might still have it. I used to get it when I was in high school, so it's been a while.
Okay.
It might still be on the menu
Well,
though.
they don't have it. You need to bring it back.
That's true.
Andrea Ullery Graves says the cheesecake from Cindy's Pizza in Stillwater. Okay.
Oh.
I haven't had that before, so I'm going to have to try that.
I haven't had that pizza or that cheesecake.
Mhm.
Okay.
Jordan Rose suggests the French silk pie from the Country Dove in Elk City.
Hey,
Mhm.
we love that place.
And finally, Ashley Shaw was one of several that said Legends in Norman. All desserts made in-house. And they have a famous Coca-Cola cake there.
That place is unbelievable. It's
Yes.
I mean, it's called Legends, but it's a legend for a reason. I mean,
Yes.
it's legendary.
A well-earned name, indeed.
Yeah.
We have another sweet treat for you. OKC Improv and Kendon Lacy. Let's go ahead and go to that now. Well, I am with OKC Improv Executive Director and all-around funny person, Kendon Lacy. How are you doing today?
Doing well.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
So we are inside the OKC Improv headquarters. This is actually my first time in the building since you all moved in. It looks great in here.
Thank you. It sounds so official to call it headquarters. I love that.
Yeah, well, I guess this is the theater space.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
theater works, but also headquarters is what I'm calling it now.
Yeah, okay, perfect. How long have you all been in here? What's sort of the story of moving into here in the Plaza?
Yeah, so, we've been around since like 2011. We moved into the Plaza district right around 2018, like November of 2018. And it's just been obviously a wonderful, because we love like the community of Plaza District and all the businesses. It's nice to be able to have like places that collab and stuff, but foot traffic is huge as well. So that's, we love the Plaza. So.
Yes. Well, you've got a great stage back here. a great place to host events. And I know you have some big events coming up. What are some
We
of those?
do. We have we have John Lutz and Peter Gross, and like for people that don't know, like John Lutz is from 30 Rock. He plays like himself basically, Lutz, on 30 Rock, but he also did writing for Saturday Night Live. And then Peter Gross is the taller guy from the Two Guys Sonic commercials. So where they're just in the car riffing on with each other.
Some of my favorite commercials.
Yeah,
to be honest.
and he's also written for like Colbert Report, and he writes for Seth Meyers for Late Night with Seth Meyers. So
Right, and if he was in Sonic commercials, I mean, that makes him an honorary Oklahoma icon. I'd say.
exactly.
Yes. And then in addition to the shows that you all have here, you all do classes.
Yeah, we do. We offer classes, and it's really nice because we get all different walks of life from people, and classes is what I always tell people, like they come for the fun, but then like the people that you meet in the classes and the friends you make is definitely what keeps you around a little bit. So, I mean, they're a great opportunity. We've got something for everybody from stand-up to sketch writing to improv, so a little bit of everything.
Well, do you have different levels to it, and do I need any acting experience to get involved?
Yeah, you don't need any experience, especially like starting out. We have like regular level classes, so they go levels 1 through 5, and then we have some electives and stuff like musical improv, where we teach people how to make up songs on the spot with a musician.
Okay.
Which is also really fun. And then we have like sketch writing and some directing classes, so a little bit of everything.
Yes.
So, stand-up comedy, of course, yeah.
Do you whatever like some of the success stories you've heard from people in those classes?
Yeah, I've had like people in classes that have had like crippling anxiety that have come out of that class.
Okay,
and
now you've got my
not like
attention.
that their anxiety's gone, but definitely could not see themselves performing in front of people, and have learned how to manage those things. And I mean, it's just, I mean, improv, you can get a lot out of it. Whatever it is that you want to get out of it, you most likely will get out of it. And so it's kind of one of those cool things. If you're looking for it, it'll find you as well. So, yeah.
So if people are interested in those classes, how can they get involved?
So they can, you can go to okcimprov.com/classes, but if you just go to the main page, there's a main link that says classes as well, where they're able to go on there and just check out the classes. We have, for the beginning classes, we have them every day of the week. Almost every day of the week, but we offer them multiple days of the week, and you kind of choose whichever day of the week works best for you, and then that's your class for the next 8 weeks. Right. At the end of that class, you get to perform for your friends and family and anyone else who buys a ticket for it, which sounds very like, oh, I would never.
Yeah.
But by the time you get through the 8 weeks, you're definitely like, I'm so excited to show everyone how funny I am now.
Okay, yeah, if you can get me up on the stage, fearless, I'm all for that.
I always tell people, I'm like, we're the reason why your friends and family are now good liars, because we taught them that.
Well, Kendon, what is sort of your personal improv journey? How did you get involved in
Yeah,
that?
so mine was in 2012. I did stand-up comedy. I mean, I've always been like a Broadway theater nerd as well as a comedy nerd. And so especially worlds where like those two things collide are great for me. But in 2012 is when I got involved, and that was, so I was kind of antisocial, and I didn't think I was antisocial. I used to tell people all the time I just didn't like people, and I later found out that's antisocial.
No, I bet improv like helps you realize things about yourself that maybe you didn't realize before.
Exactly. So I had a friend that was like, you should come take an improv class, kept pushing for it. I said no, and then I was getting into stand-up comedy, and he went to I was a finalist in like Looney Bin's comedy competition in like 2012, and I wasn't doing improv, but I had saw the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey way back in the day, and I was like, what happens if I just start saying yes to things? Not knowing that that's like the first rule of improv already. And then, obviously you don't tell your friends because they will troll you and be like, go do this weird thing. But I just started saying yes to more stuff, and finally, that friend, his name is Tim Huckabee, he came back around and was like, I really think you should take improv. And I said yes. I was 30 minutes late to the first class because I was like, well, I have to say no to some things eventually. Yeah. Balance is important. But then I ended up going, and I gave them my a nickname that I had, which was Donnie on the first day. And then I was like, I actually want to be known by Kendon, which is my first name, my real first name. And my brother, who did not take the class, said the most improv thing, which is just go back into the class the next week and pretend like your name's been Kendon the whole time. And it worked. In fact, it worked so much that at the end of our student show, one of the classmates was picked to ask me, are you Kendon, or did Donnie quit the first week and you started the second week? And I was like, no, I'm the same person. But nobody wanted to ask because they were also afraid that they might be considered like the prejudice or racist. Like, I don't want to go up to the one black person and be like, are you the same black person or a different black person? And I was like, you're fine. It's the same.
I was going to say, like, maybe you had a secret twin or something. I don't know. So you're kind of one of those success stories in and of itself.
Yeah, definitely. Like, getting out and meeting people now, that's my favorite thing to do, is just to hang out and not know people. Because I'm like, cool, let's get to know you.
Well, then that's something I probably need to work on. So do you think I can do improv?
Absolutely, you could.
Can you do improv as just one person?
Yes, there are solo improv shows. I'm working on a solo improv show. It's like a cabaret show, so it's musical improv too, but each person is just like a different character, and
Is it better when you have more people?
I like it when you have more people, because when you have a stage of like 7 to 8 people, especially if you're doing like a narrative show or something, there's 7 or 8 ways that could end, and there's also 7 or 8 ways that could be a disaster. And when you make it successful, then you're like, wow, we did that together.
Okay. Well, I think I can call some friends, actually.
All right.
And we can hit the stage.
Let's do it.
Podcasters, assemble. And just like magic, I've assembled my friends here. Kendon is going to show us some improv exercises. Kendon, what do you have in store for us?
So the first one that we're going to do a wonderful game called the alphabet game. So you're just going to go right down the line. We're going to act like that this is a full scene here, but we're just going to go right down the line, responding to the last thing that the person said, using the next letter in the alphabet. So we'll start with the letter A, and like, for example, if we were to start with the letter A and someone said, apple, you're the apple of my eye, then the next person in line would respond to that with something that starts with the letter B, because I'm a model, right? And then the next person would go with C, and so on, until we get through, hopefully through the alphabet A to Z. So let's have some fun with that. And I'll just give a random location to inspire where the scene's happening. Let's say this is all happening at an amusement park. So it's an amusement park. Right. So I'll even start with the letter A from amusement park. I'll start with the letter A, and I'll say, all the way to the top. This roller coaster goes all the way to the top.
Because we just got on the ride.
Yep.
Can we please go again when we're done?
Done? What do you mean? We're not done yet. Everyone hasn't had a chance to ride. We can't leave.
Forget the roller coaster. I want something to eat.
Go get yourself some ice cream.
Hey, that sounds like a great idea.
Ice cream? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait.
Just kidding. My stomach kind of hurts. I don't know if I can eat ice cream right now.
Lick. More ice cream for me.
More for me, too.
None for me, please. Lactose intolerant.
Oreos would be a very good addition to our ice cream.
Please. Quiet. We need to figure this out before we move on.
Relax, everybody. We are going to get something to eat.
Shh. We are upsetting our tummies.
Terrific idea. We need to calm it down.
Understood.
Yeah.
Very, very hurt. X! I can't anymore with this. We have to eat now or I'm gonna pass out.
Why are you going to pass out?
Yes, why are you gonna pass out?
Zebras!
There you go, that's what you did. And just like that, you're already improvising, right? That's the alphabet game. So the second game that we're going to play now is going to be Professor Know-It-All. So y'all are all going to make up one professor that's going to be answering questions that I throw out at you, one word at a time, right? And we'll have like a specific topic or something that we'll go off of to really have some fun with this. But all you have to do is just give one word and just create the sentence. You might even be the only person with the one job that just is your job, just to go the and every time it comes back to you. And that's okay. We need that to create a sentence, right? And so we'll just work off of that. Great. So I'll say, like, these are all going to be questions about pop culture. So y'all are all pop culture experts. And also maybe things to do in Oklahoma. So I'll say, great. Let's start with a very simple one here. What is the absolute thing that people have to do when coming out to a place like the Plaza District?
Pie.
Should definitely
The
The
Answer.
to every
question
involving
What
you want
to
do.
in
the Plaza.
You heard it here from the pop expert. You definitely have to go get some pie, probably a pie junkie down the street. And I guess my next question is going to be, what fun celebrities have come through like the Plaza District, and what have they said to you whenever you saw them?
Well, how are
you
Doing.
in
the state?
of
Oklahoma.
That's what they said. And now I just want to know, like, what celebrity was that said that to you?
Oprah.
Yes, Oprah's been in the Plaza District. And we'll ask you, how are you doing in the state of Oklahoma? The state and the state. And then we'll get one last question here. If you were to give someone a piece of advice on the best way to live in Oklahoma, what's the best piece of advice you could give someone?
Southern.
living
Recklessly.
Requires
Biscuits.
If you're gonna live like a Southerner, you better have biscuits. Make some noise for our pop culture expert there.
That was a lot of fun. I'm really glad we got to go to that.
That was really a good time.
Yes, and that story was actually inspired by Carly, who's not here today, but was in the video. She has a story about her experiences with OKC Improv in our new March-April issue out now. And we've got some guy on the cover here. I don't know who that is. It is me. I am on the cover. I bribed everyone to do that.
I want to say, because it's going on YouTube and the whole internet, what a brilliant job all of you did with those stories. It was so fun to read.
It was a lot of fun. And that was
I sent them all out, and I made them pick something that scared them that they'd never done before. And I didn't make myself do it.
And honestly, I had some apprehension about the assignment, just because, you know, you are a little out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's nothing, I didn't want nothing dangerous. I didn't anybody like riding a bull.
Yeah.
Okay, but I would ride a bull.
I know you would, but not for work. I don't want to deal with the lawyers on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it turned out great.
Everybody did such a good job. I hope you'll pick up the issue and read it. It's so hilarious and funny.
Yes. Well, now it is time for podvents. This is the part of the show where we go through the travelok.com event calendar and pick out a few of our favorites. Is there anyone who'd like to go first this week? Yes. Thank you, Nathan.
I'm going to start with a story.
Okay, story time.
One day I'm walking down the street in Dublin, Ireland, and I've got my laundry. Like, I'm taking my laundry to a wash and fold, right?
Okay.
To get done, because I didn't have, I was traveling.
You have to do your laundry.
And I drop it off, and I go back and pick it up, and the lady notices my accent, and she says, "Oh, you're American. Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, I'm from Oklahoma," thinking like most of the people I'd met didn't know what that was. And she goes, "Oh, I love that Garth Brooks. Your laundry's free, darling. Your laundry's free. I love that Garth Brooks."
Oh, my goodness.
And she went on and on and on about how much she loved Garth Brooks. And then another time I was walking down the street, and there was a homeless guy, an unhoused individual, came down the street and asked me where I was from, asked me for some money. I said I didn't have any, so I didn't. And then recognized my accent and said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oklahoma." And he goes, "Oklahoma, where the wind comes." So there's like an unhoused Irish guy singing Oklahoma.
There you go.
All of which is to
Famous
say,
Oklahoma.
Irish people really like Oklahoma, apparently. And another cool fact about Ireland, do you know what they call a wedding reception? It's the best word for a wedding reception. They call it the afters.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that great?
That's great.
Yeah.
And intuitive.
It becomes relevant later. So my event is the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Stockyard City in Oklahoma City. This is going to be at 10 a.m. this Saturday, March 15th. There will be so much cool stuff going on. First of all, it's going to be led by the /O Ranch Longhorns, which sounds like the scariest ranch ever. I don't think it has anything to do with horror films, but man, if it does.
Not a slasher ranch.
The Grand Marshal, this is really cool, is Elliot Nelson, who is the founder of McNelly's restaurant group. A very Irish, I learned, a very Irish forward individual like myself. Has like taken employees to Ireland to see kind of what the vision for McNelly's is and stuff. Really, really cool. St. Patrick himself, marching bands. I mean, probably not the actual guy,
St.
because he's 2,000 years old, but 1,500 years later, we've resurrected him. Marching bands, bagpipes, Irish dancers, Shriners. It's not a parade without Shriners. Horses, cool cars, so much more. It begins at the interchange, the intersection of Exchange and Penn, and it ends at Southwest 15th and Agnew, goes all through Stockyard City. And then for the afters, there are kid activities. So if you know Stockyards, there's a place called Little Joe's Boots. Immediately east of that is a grassy area, and there will be a ton of kids' activities in that little area, including face painting, balloon art, games, all kind of stuff for kids to do in there. At 11 a.m. at Rodeo Cinema, McTaggart's Irish Dancers will be performing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and there's just going to be food.
They've
and
got
shopping.
the whole day planned out.
Yeah. Like you could hang out the whole day in Stockyard City for St. Patrick's. It'd be really fun. For more information, you're going to want to call 405-235-7267, or you can go to stockyardcity.org and click on the calendar tab and find March 15th, and all the information's right there.
Yeah, that's great.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
I love the Stockyards is a great place to see a parade because it's like, what if this holiday was the same but more cowboy? You know,
Totally.
and that makes every holiday better.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a good time.
Yes. Kirsten, what is your event this time?
Well, I thought I would take us to go fishing. So I brought in a prop, but I couldn't bring a live fishy. So I brought us this fishy instead.
Is that a rainbow trout?
This is a rainbow trout.
I love rainbow
because
trout.
where we are going to the Friends of Roman Nose Trout Derby, which is also known as the Watauga Trout Derby. So we're going to Roman Nose. We're going to go catch some trout.
Okay. I didn't bring my gear.
That's okay. You can get some from the bait shops there.
Oh, of course.
You can get some there.
Oh, so we're going to Roman Nose.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can go to Roman Nose. It'll start on Friday the 14th. Our registration is $20 for adults, which is 18 and up, $10 for juniors, and your registration does cover all 3 days of the event. So you just have to do one day. You just have to buy it once. But there will be 100 tagged trout will be released in addition to the regular trout stocking, and each tagged trout that is caught that you turn in.
Tongue twister.
Yeah, a little
Good
bit of tongue
job.
twister. But each tagged trout that you catch and you turn in, you can get cash or a prize for.
Ooh.
And then at the end of the whole weekend, at the end of the Derby, there's an award ceremony on Sunday, and there will be awards that go for the seniors heaviest stringer of trout and the junior heaviest stringer of trout.
Nice.
Sounds
yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. There's also gonna be like games and stuff set up. I think there's also face painting.
So this is all through the weekend?
Yes.
I get trouts painted.
You can start fishing at 7 a.m. on Friday.
Nice.
Awesome. That sounds like a really good time.
You can camp at Romano's if you need somewhere to stay.
It's a
if you're
great
not in the
state
area.
park. Or stay at the lodge.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
a great
mom would be really excited about that. She is the ultimate fisherwoman.
So I'll take her out there
Interesting.
and
That's
she can catch
cool.
a rainbow trout and they can.
I don't know if y'all know, there's several places around the state where trout are stocked in the winter, and then there's 2 places where they're stocked year-round. One is in the Lower Mountain Fork River at Beavers Bend State Park, and the other one is in the Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love trout.
And then at various places around the state in the winter.
I really want to go because I've never caught a trout. So
Really?
I would like to catch
Never
this little dude.
trout?
No, I always catch bass. So I want this little dude. I want my rainbow trout.
We used to use salmon eggs. When I was a kid and we would fish in Colorado for trout, we
Yeah.
tried salmon eggs.
All my Colorado trips, I mean, we were always fishing for trout. So
Same.
I want this little dude. He's so cute.
yes.
I love him. I
He's
hope you'll hang
pretty.
him up in your office so we can come visit him.
Oh,
Did
I
you
am.
print this here? Oh, you don't have to.
Yeah,
I think that's an acceptable use.
That looks very good. I was just impressed with the quality of it.
I cut him out so he wouldn't just be a piece sheet of
I like
paper.
him.
Very convincing fish. You can put that on a lure and
Toby
catch
trout.
something, probably.
I know. I thought about trying to get like a magnetic thing so we could fish in here, but it'd be a little hard. So
That's idea for another day. Megan, we're all excited to hear your event.
Very excited.
But mine is Odd Oklahoma, an expo for the strange and unusual.
Ah,
And
yes.
this is happening March 15th at the Stride Bank Center Arena in Enid. And this is, I feel like they come through somewhat, at least once a year.
Yeah.
Like to various arenas around the state. At this time, they're in Enid, and it's kind of an expo. I mean, it's what it sounds like. It's a bunch of vendors selling like weird dolls or T-shirts, clothes. I'm sure there will be taxidermy. Definitely, there will be some crystals. It's kind of like picture a metaphysical store on like a very large scale with a bunch of weird random things thrown in. I'm sure there will be like some handmade goods. I'm guessing a little bit because the website did not go into great detail about the vendors, but I mean, it's going to be a shopping extravaganza, and admission is only $7.
Hey.
So
for if you're in your Stevie Nicks witchy era.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right,
yeah,
cool.
it's perfect for that.
All right.
And if you just Google Odd Oklahoma Expo, the first thing that comes up is like a link to Ticketmaster, so you can buy tickets. And it is and there will be someone there named Jason Devod, and he is the circus man, evidently.
Okay.
So he will be there. The picture he was holding, what was he holding? He's going to be doing circus stuff, like,
he's a circus man. You can't miss him.
He's got some props, and he's going to be flying around, and twice.
Wow.
There will be 2 performances by Jason, so
Wow.
if you stick around, you'll see him.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
I'm gonna find you, Jason.
A little weirdness in Enid.
Mhm,
I like it.
yeah.
I actually got a call from the Odd and Strange Expo recently.
Oh, really?
They said they were running out of me. So we all love socks. We all love socks, right? We're all big sock fans. During the last cold spell that we had recently, I had socks on, 24/7. They did not leave my feet. Need the cozy feet. But we're getting some warmer days. The sun's coming out. And you know what about those winter socks? We don't need them anymore, actually. And the people at Lake Texoma, they're so adamant about that fact that this Saturday, they'll be having their crowd favorite event, the burning of the socks, and switch to flip-flops. Yes. This is going to be at the Willow Springs Resort and Marina in Meade, Oklahoma, which is just on Lake Texoma. So what they're going to do is exactly what it sounds like, a big old bonfire for your woolly winter socks that you don't need anymore.
But I need them next winter.
You need them next winter, but that is what...
you can get new ones next
Find
winter.
your knitting friends.
There
They'll
we go.
be able to help you
Maybe
out.
I'll
Bring the socks that you need to replace.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'll bring the ones
We
that
all
are-
have those holy
Yeah.
socks
Yeah.
that are well past their expiration date.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can go and you can discard of those old socks and have your significant switch to the flip-flops. Let those pedicures, get some light, some fresh air. In addition to that, they'll also be having local vendors, food, cornhole, some other outdoor games, and they will also be announcing the winners of that day's Junior Jig Crappie Gig. It's a junior crappie fishing tournament. So the winners will be honored there during the burning of the socks on Lake Texoma. It sounds like a whole bunch of fun to me.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
A big bonfire of socks. You can't beat that. You want to give out the star of the show?
I think you should give it out.
Yeah, I usually do. To me, it's got to be Kendon for hosting us at OKC Improv.
That was so fun.
It really was.
I bet those classes seem like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had never done anything improv before, and I was kind of hooked. I'll be honest.
It's a good time.
It was a lot of fun. Well, that's all we've got for you this week. This is.
Oh wait.
Yes.
Just in case you're an Oklahoman, shameless plug. If you're an Oklahoman and you're enjoying basketball of any kind.
Yeah.
ShopTravelOK.com.
Okie
Get
shirt.
your
Right
Okie
there.
basketball shirt.
Mm-hmm. Also, a great shirt to wear if you've got a competitive eating competition.
I'm telling you.
Just kidding. We don't need to
yeah,
bring
if you
that
saw
up.
the podcast a couple weeks ago. The hat, you got to go to Slap Out for.
Yes. Sorry about that.
I almost forgot to, actually. Barely remembered.
Well, this has been the show known from here to Oolaga, home of the Winganon space capsule, as the Oklahoma Today podcast. Head to oklahomatoday.com and pick up our latest issue on newsstands right now. Send your feedback to oktpod@travelok.com. We'll talk to you again next week.
We don't have Carl. There's no
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Yes.
That was good.
Goodbye.
Tonkawa, or sorry. Our correct answer, we can edit this, of course.
But we won't.